Good morning. We start with study group session for today. So today we will start from sharing, and then after the sharing, we will discuss on the nonviolence communication chapter 6 regarding the request, how we make requests. So today we'll start with a sharing with a topic on what is the relationship of mineral kingdom with us and with and also how we observe the mineral kingdom and how it relates to the child study, child observation. Okay, so I will start with word of educations. That what is the word of education wanted to educate the children, so that how is the persons that the word of education wanted to educate to lead the children be. There's a verse that I love very much, a simple verse that could help me to express what I'm going to bring you to. Yeah, the verse is, receive the child with reverence, educate them with love, send them forth towards freedom. In Mandarin, 怀着崇敬接纳孩子，带着爱教育他们，护送他们迈向自由之旅。So in these three simple sentence or verse, for me, is very important verse for me throughout the whole journey that I exploring water education and this psychology and the anthroposophy that supporting the principle of water education. So the first, how we can preserve the how we can see every child with reverence, how we can see a human being, the pictures of the human beings, how we can see we have different parts of us, how we can even to be a reverence on that. So for child study, we're like it's a path that we can go through on it to understand the children in or everyone other person in a different way, or in a different or in even is like in a different depth. Is like more deepening on understanding a different part of that. Okay, so and the second part is like we educate them with love. Yeah, how we with love, we are not expecting them to change, demanding them to change without changing ourselves. So we are not demanding them, but it's like communicate. And this today, the chapter 6 of nonviolent communication is like how we request. So we also will relate to this. And the third part of the verse is we sending them towards the freedom, sending them forward towards the freedom. So the freedom, what is the freedom? Yeah, for whatever education, we wanted the children to have the freedom in their thinking, their feeling, and their what they do. They can control and to decide consciously by themselves what they wanted to think, what they wanted to feel, and what they wanted to do. So it's not affected by what I like, what I prefer, and not affected by what the habit that I have, that I usually think, I usually thought. So they might have needed to have a freedom on that, so that they can open up to see what they can do in the world. Well, or what should they do also in the world. And for me, if we see briefly on the curriculum of the World of Education, we will see that how the curriculum of World of bringing the children to understand the world, especially in the grade school. Gradually, they understand the world through the grade 2 or 3. They started the how the world created, and then how the uh, how the human being created by the God, and how they survive by using a different tools, and how they even build their shelter to protect themselves from the wild beast, and started to become uh, started to survive and to create something in the world, and to become yeah, not only survive, to start to create and change the world, change the earth. uh, and then they, on the grade 4, they study more on understanding the animals through arts, the art. And then the grade 6 will 5 will started to observe and to study plants kingdom, different plants, different kind of plants, that how they grow, and what is the character of different plants when they grow in that way. And next week we'll talk about plants kingdom observation 2 in the study group. And this grade 6, they will study the mineral kingdom, how they need to observe the mineral kingdom, the mountains around ourselves, or we can see in a world of kindergarten, the sand pit and different kind of stones or the rocks or the different things that they find in the sand, in the earth. And this is all the things that they, in grade 6, they will study in depth, uh, in deepening understanding how is these different mineral affect ourselves. Wait for a moment. Yeah, I reach a place that I can settle down very soon. Okay, so for the mineral kingdom, uh, today is the one that we will talk about, the grade 6 mineral kingdom, that how we observe it. And after the grade 6, if we imagine the children, the children, oh, I can open my video now. We imagine the children have been passed, have a free play, and has been most of the time in they are experiencing the nature around them. Uh, for the chair, table, the toys in the kindergarten, the nature environment around their outdoor free play. And then they are being told of the stories that about nature, about uh, yeah, very many interesting things that they overcome the challenge, and then there will be a very good ending in the kindergarten. But then start from grade school, especially grade 2 and 3, some of the ending is not so good already. There will be something, and the ending might be different. And then later on, they would like seeing by listening a different story, they will be more so-called awake that, oh, the world is not all good, it's not all perfect. They started to have something, the feeling is different, like not like the kindergarten age anymore, because their awareness, their consciousness is different also. And gradually to the grade 6, they are more and more awake. But grade 7 or grade 8, they will be introduced on different weather, how to observe the clouds, how to observe the different humidity on the sky, the color of the sky, it would represent the humidity. If we see in the different country, especially the country that is very, very dry, their sky is so blue that we could say, wow, it's so, we thought it's so clean. Uh, so clean, wow, it's here is very clean, but it's like just dry and humid. It's but it's, if there's a smoke or haze, it's definitely also not, that the color will be affected. But normally without the haze and or the smoke around the sky, is the color of the sky is depend on the humidity. So in Malaysia, is a very humid country. Yeah, we can't see that our sky. The color of the sky is slightly a lighter blue, and lighter blue is a different. So when they being explore and understanding with arts and different ways that to understand the human being, how humans survive and how human created the things, and then how the animals behavior characteristic, and how they survive, what is the way that they strategic that used to survive, etc. Then how is the plants, how even in the is the mineral, that how it formed, like how is the mountain formed, when is, could we even know when is it formed, how is the scientist now know that what, how is this take place, or not scientist, is like a geologist created, how what it caused it create this, like so-called, maybe in the one of the famous tourist attraction is like a Batu cave. How is the cave formed, uh, what is the mineral or within the cave, the Batu cave mountain, or the rocks, how is it formed, and etc. etc. So on the grade 7 and 8, they also try to study the nutrition. So when we know about mineral, that would relate to the nutrition as well. So we have a magnesium, calcium, magnesium, many different things that in our blood, they're helping us to, they're affecting us and helping us to be alive also. So we cannot survive without mineral. And for water education, after introduce all this, they will like have a point that introduce now there are no more, or the weather is being affected. It's not a rhythmical um, rhythmical weather anymore. It's like a season. The so-called, there's a 4 seasons, but now even the 4 season country, their rhythm of the season is changing. So why is it changing? Then they will explore in depth that, oh, that will be the global warming that also affecting the warmth of the sea water, and also affecting the climate, different things that they will explore. Then it's a guidance that to open up to the children, oh, from a uh, beautiful world, from the first from kindergarten is like a good, very good and very safe world, and then now it's a beautiful world that they explore different things. Then they gradually being introduced this on maybe grade 8, that climate change is a truth that we will see in the uh, different places, that what is happen now. And they will be, for me, I would imagine that the children that really connected to this study, they will say, what should we do now? The animals, the plants, all our humans are in like in a very serious situations that we have to we have to do something. Then I would say that this is the place that to let the children to be have a experience of this nature and to be reverence of this nature, how they will be they will appreciate how the nature being created, and they would appreciate that wow, different animals have a different character, and also is related to part of us, uh, that we also have some kind of character of different kind of animals. Some of us might have more in certain type of animals, but some will not. Like it's like a temperament. Uh, and also for plants, some plants, how the plants love to grow. They grow very fast. Some will take very long time. Some will try to use the different technique to attract the bugs or attracts even to survive. They will open up a very beautiful flower like roses. Roses is the one that they have these roses and attract and the smell of the roses and the smell of different herbs, they will attract have also through their survival process, they would like transform to something that can help or to change the support with so-called something human development. Lavender can support us to be relaxed because they have some kind of mineral also. We also smelling, by smelling we also smelling mineral. There's a very soft mineral going into us, and they have something to do to affect us and to affect our cells, our CLEES cells, CPAL, to affect our cells. Also, so they have their own strategy to survive, to transform themselves, to being part of the earth. So mineral as well, mineral, plants, animals, they have their own survival strategy, and also being they have their own things that to individual characteristic that might affect the world. But for human being, for now, is the only one that we can decide whether we want to destroy the world or wanted to do something different to support the world by going forward. So water education for me is a perfect education to have this process for the children to experience. And then grade 9 to 12 is the one that they need to being awake, very awake of on thinking how should we do and how should we need to understand different human, different people, um, fish, different people, and how should we communicate, and how should I bring out what I wanted in mind. How should I communicate? How should I do it? And in what kind of machines now can support and to make this thing faster, and how the AI, maybe AI is like a high school thing that they started to how the AI uh, support us and how the AI like not supporting us. That time they would have a chance to explore different things that is truth that happen in the world. Uh, and yeah, this is the the work education that I love the most. And I see how they really bringing us into the world to open up our senses to understand what is around us, whether we appreciate everything around us. We can have an awareness that we do a mindfulness practice to really appreciate the floor, yeah, the floor that I step on, the chair, the tables, the phone. For wardrobe education, should we think that the phone is evil and don't appreciate it? No, we shouldn't. But we shouldn't introduce it in the way that affect the other person development. Yeah, we should use it as a platform to support or to communicate, to connect with the people. So it's not a way that we use to like to yeah to affect other development to like, oh, you have an intention that to just wanted some materialistic thing. Yeah, this is your intention. But for human being in the when we are more and more free, we are really free to decide what we wanted to do. And we are approaching the way that we need to really decide by our own self and not by a teacher, you should do this or not do this. We by our own self, then our own brain frequency, our body frequency can radiate out that to yeah to affect the world around our own self. We used to have a like a blessing need. We used to for human being we have a period a few hundred years or few thousand years. We used to have a teacher or Buddha, like really a great teacher to like having the energy to supporting us to grow. Like like we take caring the plants, like we pouring we using some water and some different minerals that helping them to grow. Yeah, we used to that. We like we our thinking that time is still on like plant thinking. We are following some habits, just the habits. uh, then we are started to have more feeling parts that we can share our soul experience. Yeah, to sharing and sharing and sharing. Then we would kind of in this part we are like more on before our part, like it's like 1,000 years ago, they started to have uh, or even earlier, a few thousand years ago, they started also to share their thoughts, like Socrates. But they are still a great teacher and the some of the followers. They are training our thoughts to be a more critical or more clear thoughts that we can understand different people. Then now we already really in our thoughts thinking already throughout our training on our school system. We can have systematic thinking already, but it's like just a habit. Now we are already awake in this part. Whether we can have more another steps that we can pull in that bring into ourselves that how we see everyone as a unique person and also a person's that different from you and everyone. Then when we have a reverence on this, then when we communicate with them or even educate the children in with love, it's like we're doing everything that is like we are not expecting others to change, but we are communicating. We open up to understand the children or other people. So when we open up, it's also the action of love for me. When we open out, oh, oh yeah, fully, it's action of love. Else we will have something else blocking. Just okay, you are saying this. Okay, you are saying this. You are saying this. And it, I I'm going to reply you this. Like you are using a thinking to to not the thinking, it's just habits to okay, you are saying this to me, da, da, da. But if we practice on open up fully, we listen and listen, and there will be something else that not coming so fast to within us to arise. Then throughout that, the few points or some intuition, some inspiration, then we can bring this to, we can aware on this and consciously take this message that to ask about, clarify about the what you listen, and you get more understanding on that. And then throughout all the communication, conversation again and again, then you understand, oh yeah, this is the things that we might can connect with the other person. So it's like the love act. And we are still in the training on this path, according to anthroposophy. Yeah, we need a few hundred years more to be more matured, to open up ourselves, to try to build out this capacity on this. This is a brain development that on the prefrontal cortex, we are still training on that. After prefrontal cortex, they will have also a different parts that the human being have the ability to further evolved, further evolve. So it's like a future thing, more than 1,000 years later. This is the research that from ancient wisdom, ancient teaching, and also from the Rudolf Steiner, that he bring up, and he sees that this is the path that can help human development and human evolution. But now we are facing the challenge that to bring the human development decline, and we are not using activate our brain, our future capacity, and we are just locking into the habits that what we have. So this is the challenge on it. And the child study, I will back to the more, not so heavy top the picture. So the child study, last session we mentioned about, it brings us to try to connect, to have different way to understand the children, the other people. Because normally we will focus, have attention just on, we would say we are too busy, so that our senses, if we needed to use our senses, attention, awareness, we are using our own energy. So if we're tired, we need our, to survive, we will selectively put attention into some certain part of our work, our life. So we usually will say, or in the child study, we'll say that, the child always do this. The child always do this, hit the person. The child always says something, something like that. The child always do this. So when we are focusing on just always, it's like this is not objective at all, which is not truth. Not true at all. We need to practice our language to be more emphasized of what you see and what you observe. Just objectively, you can say, oh, at this day, what you observe, what is the whole process that the children, until the children wanted to use the strategic. We say just use the strategy. It's not like hitting. Use the strategic on protecting himself, not the protecting himself, just maybe before he used this strategy to hit, he heard the person, another friend saying something that caused him to do that. Yeah, so we will just describe the whole process, that what you see, to observe, and how you observe his or her eyeball get locked, how you observe the gesture of the children, how we observe different parts of our body, the gesture. Yeah, and then we can describe out how we describe the the scenario. In the child observation, we also describe, actually most of the parts that we describe is the physical part. For mineral kingdom, we will say that we can touch. Normally, the big mineral we can touch. The things that we can touch is the basic things that they form. It's like a rock, or it's like they can touch. And they are not also so-called alive. We say the mineral is not alive. And in our body, whether we have something very similar with the mineral kingdom, that do we think that anything that whether is very similar with mineral kingdom that is related to our body, that we can we can touch? You can write it in the chat also. We have a few minutes break that not listening to me. You can unmute yourself to share about what is the relationship, what we have on our body ourselves that have the mineral parts. In my sharing just now, I share about the mineral within our bloods, calcium, magnesium, and many different things. Any parts that you would say that related to other parts that we would say related to mineral? I wonder whether some of you might have a chance to open up and wanted to share. Gold. Vicky. Gold, silver. Yeah, mineral is. Yeah. Do you know actually we also have gold and silver mineral, the things within our body? Yeah, gold and silver is mineral, definitely. And bones. Yeah, Sam share about bones. Yes, bones. Especially bones. Yeah, it's very hard. It's and the hardest part of our body should be bone, is it? The hardest part of our body. I I remind me that someone says that harder parts of our body will be the teeth. Yeah, this should be the hardest part of our body. Also, the bones, uh, bones. Yes, actually, for me, for mineral, everything that to form our body, the skin, our if we know that our hair, what is our hair formed by? Is the material that they call, is it the silicon? Oh yeah, what is that? I forgot the name. I am not very good in this kind of words, but I know that everything that if we name it, what is it from? Our eyeball, our nose. There's also the bone within the soft bone. Everything that we can observe, yeah, is supported by our bones, yes, and also our nails. It's a physical thing. Keratin. Harder part should be the tooth. Yeah, Teddy, thank you. Yeah, all is our bodies, all the elements that form our body is a mineral. Yeah, but is, for example, the mineral that can grow, which is our hair, that can grow longer. Our nails, the mineral that can grow longer, that can grow, is similar like the plants. Is similar like the plants. So the plants having the minerals within them also have we can say the different parts of our body, which is our energy. The qi, our qi, the energy or it's like, so we can say a forces, ancient wisdom, ancient practice. They would say that it's like a chi. There are many words of that. The energy, there are etheric forces, different things. So this is related to the minerals that we have in our body now. So later on, then we will explore on different parts that we might observe in animals. So yeah, when we in the child study, we also pay attention in the different parts of our body. How is it? How the heads look like? How our face feature look like? And we can describe it, and we can spread and extend our attention wider on more and more objective observation on how is the children, on how is the another person. Yeah, we can do it with everyone that around us. Uh, Child study, or is like really a human study that we can open up our heart, ourselves, to bring our attention to expand to a more objective observation, to connect with another person. So we'll bring it into our mind to observe how even the children walk. What is the gesture? How the children move, how the children speak, how is the voice we can describe, uh, and how is the eyeball, and how is the whether our skin is smooth or is slightly roughed, whether we have a warm hand or a colder hand, whether we, yeah. So everything that in child study, we're like training ourselves to further or deepening our observation on everything that we can see. Yeah, we can see, can observe just there. It's like a truth. And we need to practice on our words, that to train ourselves to distract more and more objective, so that we can have in our mind, when we see the children, we can have this, hopefully we can break out our habits that of a thought, of a thinking, of our habits that to even protect ourselves, that affect our objective observation, that to have this in mind to support our habits, or to when we have a practice that to have an objective observation, when we see something, our uh, our reptile, is it a reptile brain? Reptile brain and the mammal brain will have some voices that will send our message to us, electric message to us quickly. Oh, you should do this. They are challenging you. You should do this. This is a voice that need to come out, that you don't feel safe. It's from a reptile brain. It's just a habit and a protecting electric message that every one of us will have. This is one part of the voice that coming the fastest. You feel not safe. You need to fight. Uh, you are feel not safe, that you need to close your senses. I don't listen. You feel not safe, that even you would like please other person so that you can survive in this meeting. Okay, I need to go. Okay, I can do what you say, but I need to go. Then later on you are, oh, okay, I survive. So it's also just a technique that our brains will send to us, strategies that we used to have for many 100,000 years, so that they would have this so fast speed that train up. And then we might say that, okay, I learned some skill, I will try some skill to to the I will learn some skill that is different, so that now I'm going to try it. And this the mammal brain is coming up. I wanted to try this skill that, wow, this great teacher tell me. Uh, and this is a message coming out. You already overcome the first reptile brain that tell you to protect yourself, to fight them, to now I just want it out. Now it's things that I want to do. You try to overcome this safety already. But the mammal brain, they need satisfaction. If this way that they say, I use one time is work, I use second time work, third time work, okay. This mammal brain tell you, yeah, this way is working. I love this teacher. And I wanted to learn more from this teacher. The mammal brain will do some, you have something like that. But if this way that we try is not, oh, it's not working, then the mammal brain first time will say, maybe it's a wrong answer, not the right answer. It's a not a right answer. And then we try again, no, it's not the right answer. And when we are also feeling very not satisfied, and then this mammal brain also will affect us that these are not a right answer, not a good teacher. Okay, you don't find this teacher. You need to search for another teacher. And the mammal brain will quickly ask you to learn from another one, that you then learn from another one that might help you. It's also they wanted to have a more relaxed, good feeling brain, and to improve ourselves more and more. That to build out our skill. The brain wanted to do just a good thing, the right thing. Oh, this is the right thing. But this also affect us, and we would like break our connection with many things that coming forward towards us. We say, okay, this is not the right people. Okay, I find another one. This is not the right people. I find another one. But instead, this is also our work, that to try to understand different people, even with, like we have a freedom now to really to choose, because there's a path there's a point that we so-called our creator or our higher self give us this freedom, even now, to have this AI, to have these technologies to help us to be connected to with. You can really choose already to connect with every different part of the people in a different part of the world. We have already this choice. But when you are imagine when we don't have this kind of technology or even a skill to get away on our community, there will be a different way. They don't have so much freedom. We have to choose. This is the way that we can obey. Have to do. We can learn only from our community. But now we have a freedom now to learn from everyone. But at the same time, the connection parts that we can easily choose to break it, and not learning from that person. This is the mammal brain is the one that will choose. Even they will already feel, okay, I feel safe, and I don't really listen to that brain, and then we will try to see the connection part. And for the mammal brain, also the way that we would, as a parents, as a teacher, will when we are creating something for the children, or we are taking care of the children, we will see that, wow, yeah, this is the work I do. When we are not getting good response, this is also not satisfied, so that we would like also triggering our safety safety part, that might shout or even fight. But now the good thing is more and more started to change a little bit to we are using technique, skill uh, to communicate with the children, a different way, different ways of appreciation, or things that we can do with the children. We have started to build our different habits and changing our mammal brain also. Mammal brain need to build up. They can continue to build out a little bit to learn and learn and learn until when we see the main thing in our world now, for the more for our prefrontal cortex, our most advanced brain, is to see how is the connection, to understand more, to open up, to understand more on what is another person, what is another person sharing, and is it really uh, really when we open up, is this really something new that I can understand? When we build out this listening, this understanding, this pondering, and even questioning, and we build out something different, that when we observe the children, we are not being affected by these voices, but we are being taking the pictures into ourselves to ponder. And these abilities we need to build out so that we can train ourselves not being pulled by our emotion and even by our technique. We thought that this is okay, this then we use a technique to solve it. But we haven't built out the further connections that might the children wanted to tell me, or even another persons wanted to tell me. It's like a different things that they haven't been told, or even their higher self wanted us to be connected with them to bring something that our experience can uh, affect them. Something like that is like something exchanging when through the communication heart to heart, and um, to preserve our reverence on another person, to communicate with love, and then we are more and more free to understand or to get what is our life bringing us to, and find our so-called destiny, or really the things that this is the way that I want to work with. This is the way some will choose to, okay, I just go off with my profession, I go to another one. Some might be, no, some supervisor is, this is the place I need to be. And I find that I can have so much chances to connect to another person, that to try even to create a space on this sharing, to support the community to grow. We can choose, everyone can choose whether we want to grow, to we grow in another more comfortable way, place, or we can choose, we we already growing here, we can choose to grow not here, grow it now, and we can sow out the seeds of the love, or a bit of love, so a seeds of love to start in where we are now, and we can try to open up and see what I can do, or see what I can uh yeah, what my life bringing me to. uh, and for me, when we are doing this kind of study, it's not just now I am saying we are helping ourselves to build out this capacity, but for anthroposophy they will say that when we are fall asleep, they will say that our big angel, so our higher self, our all higher self, that to build out, that already discussed with us about, oh, what you are going to build out, what kind of capacity you're going to build out this whole life, what kind of different capacity you need to support to strengthen your soul, your spirit for this whole life, so that we agree that we need to meet some different challenge for that us. And and when we are doing this kind of study, before we sleep, if we also ponder about these kind of pictures, these pictures will stay in our mind, and then once we sleep, they will so-called email sending to another frequencies, even planets. There's a frequency sending, to the planets, and that the higher self, they are all there, and they only through our so-called prayer or even ponder our thinking, everything that we are studying, these pictures can send to them. They can start to discuss what to do. They say, okay, then we can let who and who, which person to meet up so that they can, if they are really ready to open up, to connect, to receive some message, they will receive uh, from these different people, so that we can have a chance to when we open up, we'll have a chance to build out our ability to listen, like also to imagine what they say, the imagination, to build out our imagination. And through the imagination, ponder, and to listen, we have some inspiration. Oh, are you telling me something like this? Or are you have something that I wanted to make sure, wanted to know more? Then we are like asking more. Then there are more inspiration. Then sometimes the intuition come. Ah, I, I see something that I could possibly uh, serve. I possibly share, or even, yeah, I possibly share. Are you interested in this? If it is a adult, I see that you face this question. I have this person in mind that might have this background. Are you seeing that this might be helpful, or or something different, or even have a book that we can look again for tomorrow? Maybe there's a few chapters that are talking about something like that. Something there's an intuition that you think of, but we are not too quick having this too quickly. That I would say that always everything is non-violent communication. Okay, you listen. Okay, this is a non-violent communication. I have this for you. This still thinking part. We need to understand the situation of another person to through listening, to really listen more and more deep, and to see maybe it's not a non-violent communication part. It's another parts that you see is the most you can share. You can share with them, or you can, or from there, them you can take in something. You can learn from them. And for the children, it's the same. When their higher self receive this, what work in them is like, mm, they are having the intuition on making this into play, or doing something that they normally didn't do, or they normally didn't do, or saying just some words that they normally didn't say. They will come out with something different, when they take in the nutrition from the so-called their higher self, or so-called their, some will say, spiritual world. When they take in this, they come out with something what they do, but not consciously. But for ourselves, adults, we already have a capacity really to train ourselves to receive this kind of pictures, to have this kind of intuition, uh, to ponder and continue to develop these pictures that we receive. Uh, so this is the sharings on today for the child study that related to the mineral kingdom and the mineral world, and how it, for me, is important for ourselves also to appreciate the minerals that we have, even to form our body, so that if we really focus on this, um, even word of teacher will appreciate many scientists, the research that the scientists done. Although some is like a stupid research, but or even some is research is like just for really intentionally just for earning money, marketing. Uh, But the scientists that have an intention to have an interest to explore what is within our body, what is the mineral, how our body working, everything, they did many research on that, and from there we also will, for me, we should very appreciate this all research that we have, but also the research from every one of us, every people, every individual, that we have that to have this chance. This we are also doing our own research in our whole life to build out our uh, different research results that, oh, how we see, how we understand the world, or how we understand another person is still on the research. I still research. My wife is still the one that also I'm researching, and many children also, and the colleagues that I work with also, the ways is the community that I still researching. I still wanted to understand more, and also in different parts, even in here, uh, in Mindful Heart, the parents group, I also wanted to still doing the research that what is the things that I can bring out to the space that I can share. What is the needs of the parents? So uh, really feel free to very welcome, not feel free, also welcome to give feedback to me that, oh, whether something that you need, you really interested to know more. Yeah, maybe through WhatsApp you can contact me, or even you can see me, you can just let me know. It's like a connection, or communications that, yeah, might help me myself to improve myself. And then, yeah, very appreciate on that. And yeah, when I work in child study, I would say is that this is a mood that can develop a person, uh, and try to be more and more free to for uh, for us to not judging another person, uh, just to see what I can do. Uh, Waldorf teacher is not a perfect teacher, perfect human yet. Everyone is the same. So we were like trying to share our passionate to different Waldorf teacher also, to see whether this is the time that they want to take it up to train themselves. And they also have a freedom now to do. In a different school, they might have a different leaders that have, or different style of the way to lead the teachers uh, to improve themselves also in the self-development. I would say that everything takes time, and everything is the best for now. And what we can do is we can do some objective observation, or even we can feedback to every school, every person, another person, in an objective way, what I see and what I listen, and just that. What do you think? And then we don't really give, if even we have so many voices in ourselves that having challenging on our safety, our reptile brain have a voice on challenging of our mammal brain. Oh, I think they should, yeah, do this, they should do that. Water education should have this, should have this, should have this, else is not water education. This is not a good teacher. Many things. This also not certified. This is a mammal brain message. But if we want to do connecting, it's different. We really need to work in the real life and to find a way to connect. But we are not talking too much and not too less, which we need really definitely need to voice out. But we doing the observation as describing the observation and also our needs, what we are wanted to we request. And this request is so important, and it's not letting another one to feel is a demand. This is a very, very challenging art in parenting, in human communication, in many things. It's very challenging. And now is the approach that I start to share about the chapter 6 of the non-violence communication in this how we request. Now, this is the main things that they describe in this chapter. Normally, in our when we need to request, we in non-violent communication we need to have a few steps. Yeah. First, they will say objective observation. So because some of you didn't read it before, I need to have a brief introduction. We need to have a objective observation. What is happened? And you can describe out what is happened, what I see, what is to happen. And second is describe. You can describe your feeling. Oh, what I feel. And then you can describe your needs, 你的需要. What is the needs? I would say that the needs is I need a clean place to I need a clean living room now. Yeah, so that we can do something like that. We can do a next activity. So it's a need. So it's like objective observation. You can see there's plenty toys scattered around the floor now. The second is our feeling. I feel that it is almost the time we need to have a dinner. I need a clean living room now. Then request. I would like you to tidy up all the toys in the living room with me. With me. And with me is the things that we can start if we haven't. Is still a big challenging for you. This always happen. Then you can the request that we do, we can do it together with the children first. You can tidy up part of it. Gradually, when this kind of request starting to work, they can listen. Then they are happy to work with you. Then sometimes we will have the times that we're really busy. But when you still using this kind of communication, you will say, but today I need to have this cooking to be done, and so that we can have our story to be done now, so that we can finish our dinner on time and for storytelling in the later. And so that I really hoping that you having you tidy up by yourself now. After my cooking, I can help. So it's something like that. We communicate in this way. Is the children started to feel that, oh yeah, it's okay. You know that you always in the way you are always also helping doing together with them. But gradually when they are older and older, their things is actually naturally is not that scattered around the living room anymore. They can do more and more things to more organized to arrange something already. They are not like young children, so that naturally they don't take so many things out in one time. So when we when we do objective observation, they will that definitely will happen. And we will say that the things that we really wanted to tidy up together with them, they will have more and more ability to tidy up by themselves by then. But before that, we can help. And even it's a big challenge, then we can help together first. Then gradually we can do other things, or even we can invite them to do together for the cooking, everything we do together, the connection we have when we have this kind of connection. Uh, but do uh, but do the cooking we don't really always when you do your cooking you want to do a request, you also don't affect by our mammal brain that you want perfect. Okay, do it this way. Yeah, no, not this way. Yes, this is the way. Good. No, this is not a good way. So it's affecting the communications, and the children was also just on the mammal brains that okay. Oh, then they are feel not satisfied. Not they will just okay. You do lor. Yeah, this normally we also experience when we helping our parents to do the things in the kitchen, helping our grandparents, they will have many you go out lah. But when we wanted to really see that, I use a different ways. I say I really wanted to learn, or yeah, and I also share listen them whether someone learn their skill of this kind of cooking skill. They say no lah, everyone. Who. Then I ask more. I wanted to understand. Hey, what is the time that whether some of your children helping, or what kind of maybe which children is the one that would like cutting the vegetables most pandai lah, more skillfully. Very thing that you think is like a good one. Then she started to have attention different. We start maybe she is the one. This auntie is the one that yeah, she helping me. She good to cut these kind of things. That time they sell in the like a rice store that there's different dishes. They have a rice. Uh, then my mother come to help. My second auntie come to help. My third auntie also something like that. They were like, but they would say everyone is useless lah. My grandmother last time says. But their attention is like that. They're always saying something we say. They are always saying something. They're already old. I don't argue with them. But for me, when I aware on this, I want to connect with my grandma. Then I would like talking with her and understand more. She put the attention more and more that yeah, she do this more skillfully, and my mom do this. Actually yes, or is it my mom doing these dishes is quite good, but other dishes are not so good. Then they started to have different memory, will cut back and inspire even to come back to their repetition mind that just say everyone is not good. And this helped my grandparents, my grandma development as well. Even that time she is 80 plus, 80 plus now. Then she died, passed away 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 96. Uh, even 80 plus, or even I think 96, she are still changing. If we use this heart-to-heart communication to help others to have a more different perspective to understand a thing, or to throughout our interest, we want to understand more in details, to put out, open out ourselves and see what is the words behind, a meaning behind their words, and the things intention behind their words, and mainly just the reptile brain and mammal brain thing, two things. Then when we bring out the connection, when they have more and more attention in the different parts, we open out a connection. Hey, it's not too bad. I remember one time this is dishes is good. And even they started, my grandma 1 year started to see, hey, started to say to my mom, hey, this is good. This dishes is good. My mom would like, oh, she so many years she didn't like so-called think my grandma appreciate all the dishes my mom did. But this time, what? It's like a few years. After a few years, I communicate with my grandma in this way. She's one day she started, well, this is not bad, good. I like it. Before that, even they think it's good. They say, okay lah, okay lah, so just okay lah. But then the time is good. Oh. Then my mom is like, what? So even it's like a very very old man or with younger children or everyone, we can have this. If we have this courage to communicate, to be there with other person, they would we would support each other with like an energy exchange. If we have courage to take this so-called negative energy in, but to further explore more within that, so actually we don't really being affected by this negative energy. We are using our brain energy to radiate out to we have a further positive energy to overcome it and to understand more. I just wanted to know more, curious about that. Oh, okay. Maybe this time have a time until now. Then we can ponder. I have this picture. Next time I wanted to know more on this, and then we can continue to connect with a different person. That person that you want to connect, and gradually we can find something when we still using our objective observation. We can find something that we can do. For example, that time, that year, my grandma still complaining, complaining and complaining. Everyone is not good. Yeah, why? Just wanted to see TV to even a horror movie. They say, hey, everyone don't like horror, but I didn't. What you all scared of? It's like a humor horror movie for him. Uh, like a comedy movie for her. And then but I would say there's a boundaries that also 10 years that time my son 1 year old uh I already started some rules that I hope my son don't look at it. And if I wanted my son to be with my grandma also, but putting my son on the living room that having the TV, so I need to discuss with my grandma to request my grandma, okay, during this time the TV have to be off. So this is also a big challenge, and so that I start to also talk to her and even talk to her about maybe trying to understand that whether what is the kind of words that she might understand. So I would say something that, oh, there's many people says that if the children cry, they can't grow tall. Oh, no, being scared, they can't grow tall. Or even being scared, they can't sleep well, they can't grow fatter, or can't grow tall also. Oh, then from that this is the points that they understand. But I wanted to let my son to get to play here, and he can see 婆婆嘛 can see 太婆嘛 can see 太婆 and can also you can hug him, and also he can play here every time, every day for a part of some of the time, and then from there, like she saying, okay, yes, yeah, we are breaking a habit, so we're trying to use different ways that to slip in, and from there I start to observe my grandma putting the legs on one of the table or one of the chair, putting a leg up. Then I observe the nails of the toes. Yeah, her nails on the toes is like very rough, and some is like already very thick. We know that, oh, this, they say the toes. I was just asking, hey, why the toes is like that? Before that, actually, I didn't like notice other person toes other than myself or some, yeah. So why the toast is like that? Why is so thick? They will say, it's like that one lah. Then they say the toast already broken, can't help. Already like that. Then I say, okay, and a few days later or next time or next a few times when I ponder about this question, some intuition come in, and I see our intuition is like, why not you helping the grandma to cut the toes, longer toes nail also? I said, okay, then I will try. It's like an inner voice. Then I will try. I say, 哎，婆婆，我今天我要帮你去剪脚趾甲。I want to cut your what? No lah, this I always cut myself ma. And like a paise, like a shy lah. Say no, I want to I want to help you. When I think the objective observation also include that she mentioned about, now my eyes can't see so clearly already. Sometimes can't cut it beautifully. She also mentioned about just that. She didn't ask anyone to cut for her. Then the intuition come. I can help you to cut. I say what? No lah. I say yes. Don't shy lah. Then when I say don't shy, that time I also need to be aware that whether my grandma, if my other siblings is here or my mother is here, maybe she don't let me to do that because she are more shy. We have a bit different people, so we need to think a little bit more that okay, it's like one on one. Then one on one during the time I do it, okay, I do one on one for her, for cutting the toes nail, and to even to start the nails is very thick, to try to trim it. I say, I can trim it. Is it painful? He said no. He said okay, then I try to cut it more lah. Okay, I trim in and trim in and trim. And that day I didn't trim it truly. I just okay, today I done it until like this. Then I help her to make it the nails to be rounded. She is so happy. She said, "Wow, 谢谢啊, 谢谢啊." Actually, I feel that she is very touching. And since then, many times that I will be with her, I will look at her toes. It's like a connection of two of us. She said, "Yeah, I cut myself. Is it cutting okay this time?" Ah, I say, "Wow, yes." But one toes is not so good. I help you lah. I help you to cope. Then I also try to trim it, and until one day, the thick nail start to be closer and closer to other nail, the thickness. Then I tell her or even to share with her my observation. Hey, you see, it's the nails you say is rosa already. They started to grow, to change, started to have something very different. Then she observed, oh yeah, yeah. And then I start to do more and more, and even to see, oh, really there was something rosak. The mineral parts of the nails, that some part of it really don't grow. I said, this is the part that growing, and other don't grow. I try to cut it off, and I would slowly. Is it painful? Is it no? Oh, really? Is already dead, die already. The cell between that nail, around that is dead. Then then she said, yeah, don't not painful at all. Then I take it out. Part of it I take it out. It's like an operation, but it's a many times operation. I'll take it out. Then yeah, the nails beneath can start to grow, and she are so happy. You say, wow. And this kind of connection, observation, and see what we can connect with each other, we help each other to build out something amazingly, um, I think I can't don't know the words, that very it's a very amazing things that we can do together, that to build out a memory together, or it's like imaginations that break our old habits, break our old thoughts, that wow. And nowadays we think that we want to learn something very fast, three few seconds we understand things, that we can have ability to do that also. But do we have a patient, or even mm, the interested to do it also step by step, to allow us to ponder about it, allow us to observe, to open up our senses, to observe what it needs to do with another person. Yeah, I think this is very meaningful for me, meaningful experience, that I still see how my grandma from 86 changes through 96, from seeing what I used to earn during my engineer. Then I go for a water kindergarten as an assistant. You say, you are crazy. Oh, you good lah. You have your father and mother support you lah. You know, else you can't survive lah. You have other perspective, that just very thinking part, that you say, well, money is the one that we can survive, and you can more have more comfortable life. This is the thought. But throughout the experience of her observation, she's tried to see, oh, there's a your you are you are started to be different. Uh, you have something different within you already. The his This connection help us to challenge our habits, thoughts, challenge our habits, feeling that came to us. Throughout connection, we can build out a space to guide ourselves freely. This is the most important thing on connection that I see. Can build out the connect imaginations throughout the connection, and then we can ponder about this. And when the more we ponder, the more our space, inner imaginative picture space, will be open and be trained. And when we do something, or we face a scenario, we can have a space to picture. Also, we are part of it, but our we also like we can see from up there is also from a different side. And this is you, but also we just from our side of senses, we also can see. Okay, that's a different parts of us seeing something. This is a habitual part. Is our just our habit. This is due to wanted our be safe. This is wanted us to be what? This is under just to please someone, just to not to let someone to be sad, just to but we are not trying to express truthfully about our real needs. to communicate about our real needs, because many brains say no need to do that. We don't want to get hurt. But if we see the connection is we build out the space of this imaginative connection space, we can have the resilience to work towards. We are not letting the mammal brain to tell us, you fail today. Oh no, you are not failing. Yeah, you are not feeling just another day, the same day that you having this, the same day. But it's a different day that having something different. You already start to do slightly different. You hold it a few seconds, or you do it something slightly different a little bit. How is it different, and how you try to ponder about the situation, or even open up your attention into observe the another person knows, just a nose, and this tiny thing, you just observe her nose, uh, or even you don't let the person know you draw it out and just observe it, ponder it, is also helping, because we already start to open up our space of our imaginative space, and to send the frequency back to the universe, and the universe will work something on and get back to you. And we work in this way. We are trying to connect with different person, and not just I wanted to solve this problem now, immediately, or just I want to solve it in 1 month. It's like a goal setting. In 1 month you will be set. No, this connection is not like that. We need to ponder. Sometimes really 1 month you already ponder, but sometimes we see something already trying to grow differently. We can go, then you already can consciously, if you can consciously tell your mammal brain, you are doing so good already, good job. We have to consciously do something that did we lack of. We so-called needed appreciation from our teachers, adults, other friends, other person. But if you don't get it, the mammal brain will say no, to do something that we will be good. Will be having the good feedback. But in truth, we can heal our own self by saying, "You are doing so good now," consciously, but just to tell the mammal brain that you relax, you are doing good. I I focus on my connection part, prefrontal cortex development. I wanted to build out the space to understand more, to be more calm within myself. So I need to tell my uh, mammal brain to, you're doing good, relax. You can sit on a couch, you can sit on your couch and have your snack and your drink, and to keep on observe what I'm doing. I can do the job. This remind me on a movie that inner Inside Out. Inside Out. For the Inside Out, the part two, Inside Out 2, there's different parts of our emotion they introduce. Part 1 and part 2, they introduce different part of emotion. We have joy, we have sad, we have anger, we have different. Then when we are going out into 11 or 12 years old, they'll have a different human development, the brain development have a different development coming in, that starting to have anxiety. We're starting to have, and I think it's like 13 or to 14 years old, starting to have an anxiety of everything. We want to please everyone, show that I'm a good person. So this kind of brain is also the mammal brain development, but also neo brain development, neocortex brain, but it's not a prefrontal cortex yet. Started to have this, and we started to test it out, and test the brain and train the brain, because we need to have this kind of survival skill and also have this kind of logical thinking or different ways on exploring, researching, and during the failure, we need to do it again and again and to know about our own feeling and also know about others a little bit. But after we grow out, we have this more advanced brain that can support us to really do based on connection. What should we do? Ponder the space of ponder to receive the intuition that based on that, we can work more in humanity and in a human development, evolution, evolution, evolution part. We can see that how we support all the human, and even when you have this space that we've already with the people, we try also. I know some people when they have they have a development that start from this human connection, but some people will start from mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom. When they have this, they would like more appreciate and like more wanted to understand this kind of different creature, different people, different characteristics, and this is not so challenge because we deal with people is the most challenging thing. If we see that we haven't had the courage yet to try to do on people, but I think that the courage just a say, but if we want to do it, we try it. Which we must do it, but some of the person might start from objective observation of mineral world, plants world, and animals world. That so-called not hurting to them, that push the button on the safety part of the mammal brain part that not certified. They will do start from that. So many anthroposophy conference might introduce different things that throughout music also you can understand that throughout the plants observation, throughout creative education, throughout eurythmy, you can understand yourself also, and throughout many different things, you can try to train your advanced part of our brain to be more mindfulness and to know how to go further and forwards, and to train our advanced brain to open up our space, imaginative space, to allow us to have a space to deal with the challenge in our life, the connection in different kind of challenge. So the foundation of the education is so important that they also bringing out the objective observation from grade 3 to grade, always have objective observation activity to do through art. Grade 3 to grade 12, all will having objective observation parts to train our advance of the brain to develop. And more higher grades, we can have observed more and more in details to connect with the different kingdoms. And if the education is not right, and then we have a habit for us to just close ourselves and not open up this imaginative space. We have a habit just to enjoy some entertainment, just to be with a um, more like-minded person. You're just focus on the like-minded person. You start to judge others that not belongs to your community, and this also block us from evolving and also giving us even opening our space of our advanced brain, uh, and and this might cause if the person that didn't do a connection, they might be the researcher that just wanted to connect with the different plants, mineral, and animals, and they don't really communicate good with other person. They just wanted to be safe with them and to share with them others. This is a word, okay, no more. Uh, but if they have a base, the foundation on this throughout the education, when they are doing that research, they can have more ideas that how we can bring into the real life that can help to have implement something that can make difference. Uh, they can have this already have these habits that to create something that to make difference. But anyway, different individual have a different kind of ability as well. So even many children that grow up in the mainstream, but they can throughout their higher self or their plan in their life, they can learn some of this, then open up. That's one of the teachers can inspire them to open up their space to listen, learn from that, to observe, to train, and then they are more also interested, have a passion in their work, or even to really live on the earth and not like just live mm, in the computer, in the so-called fake world, fake imaginative world that in the computer, how is the things that how is the stories have they are accumulate their power, accumulate their levels, and we can do that. I still loving that, but when we see the connection, we know that this is not the things that I would be doing now. Also, not some I already let my Mau brain know. They are my brain already being persuaded that this is not satisfied for me if I just do that for a long time. That if I have a capacity to see already what is happened around me, I just wanted to do this. Why not I do more connection, learning, building out my capacity. Yeah, my memory brain already in this way. But initially, we need to fakely let our memory say, you are doing a great job. Please, I wanted to continue to connect with this person in front of me. Yeah. So this will be my sharing on today. And if you can go to read the chapter 6 again for non-violence communication, you will find many examples that you can see how they express uh, their requests that not let another one to feel threatened, that will listen as a demand. So I would say that it's so important that we need to learn on it to train our own self so that we can live in a real world and to see what is the thing that you can do in your life now. Open up with what you have, what the skill you have, what the ability you have, what we can serve. thank you. We'll end our study group today. Yeah, because I don't know which of you are able to share. So today I share and share and share and share until now. Okay, so next time, if you're able to share, maybe you can say, well, I do a check, and then I will find some time to let you to have a feedback or even a Q&A. Okay, so maybe not Q&A today. Hey, bye bye.
孩子的
谢
状
谢老师，拜拜。
找到正确的道路来帮助他。